You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for September 8th through the 12th. We're going to talk about Thomas Forrester plotting and Will in a complete and total panic. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button as we always do on early edition day. We talk about what's coming the rest of this week, and then we get into what is coming next week. So on Wednesday, September 3rd, we have Thomas picking up with this conversation with Ridge. Now, on Tuesday, Thomas was not happy to see Brooke in Ridge's arms, and they jumped apart. They looked very guilty. So Thomas called out his dad, asking if the wedding is still on. And Ridge and Thomas have this little showdown on Wednesday. And I'm sure his son is going to demand the answer from Ridge. And if he doesn't tell Thomas that he is breaking off the engagement to Taylor, well, then that means Ridge is flat out lying to Thomas's face. I do not trust Ridge to come clean. Thomas confronts Brooke about Ridge with Katie there as a witness on Wednesday. And Thomas tells Brooke that his parents are getting remarried and she better not get in the way of Ridge remarrying Taylor. And Brooke serves him with a death glare. I'm very curious to see what she says, and she may go with something benign like, it's not up to you who Ridge marries, it's up to Ridge, to where Brooke isn't lying to his face, because I just don't feel like she's going to lie to his face and act like there's nothing going on. But I also don't think she wants to be the one to tell Thomas the real deal. So after he goes, it looks like Brooke is stressing to Katie that she thinks that Ridge is still going to break things off with Taylor and come back to her, but Brooke is worried about the impact of Thomas's return on Ridge. Like, will he delay? You know, is he going to try and... I just can't see a good thing coming out of this. Also on Wednesday, Katie urges Brooke to just go around Ridge and go tell Taylor that Ridge promised in Italy that he would make things right with her and told Brooke they'd be together. I've been wondering for a while if she was going to have to do the dirty work with Taylor because Ridge wussed out. Luna's absences continue to make Lee suspicious of where Luna is going. Lee does not take Luna at her word, and I think she is going to figure out what her granddaughter's plotting before too long. Also this week, Luna still wants a relationship with her dad, Finn, but Lee is against it, and it's like, you can't do this, you're supposed to be dead. And Luna remains insistent, by the way, that she has a future with Will, despite Sheila's skepticism. And we should have some scenes with Taylor and Lee, where we have Taylor encouraging Lee to get some grief counseling for the death of her granddaughter, but Lee is going to turn that down because, you know, her only regrets right now might be saving her life. Thursday, September 4th, Eric takes a turn with Ridge because he also knows Thomas's return means trouble. So Eric's telling Ridge, don't let Thomas or Steffi influence your decision about your future. And Eric is harping on Ridge again about Brooke being the one for Ridge. Now, the irony in this statement, Eric's telling Ridge, don't let Thomas or Steffi influence you. Listen to me. Listen to your dad while I am trying to influence you. Clearly, Ridge has made a mess of all of this, and I'm interested to see the reaction Steffi and Thomas has when it all comes out. Also on Thursday, Taylor's talking to Ridge, and she is pressuring him to set an ASAP wedding date. She wants that other ring on her finger, the wedding band. She put her own engagement ring there. And Taylor is well aware that Brooke is a true threat to her future with Ridge. So Taylor wants Ridge officially off the market and back as her husband, while Brooke is pressuring Ridge as well. I feel like he's just going to explode from all this. But this has been years in the making, that there's this fierce showdown, because he just won't ever pick somebody and be loyal. On Friday, September 5th, we have Thomas having a talk with his granddad, Eric, and they are discussing Brooke and Ridge and Taylor. And after the conversation, Eric is skeptical. He may be legit worried that Thomas and Steffi will convince Ridge to stick with Taylor, which will cause Ridge to break his promise to Brooke. So I think Eric is going to see this is not just going to be a simple matter of him getting his way, because there is some expectation there, because Ridge made promises to Steffi and to Thomas that he would not break Taylor's heart, when that's fully what he is about to do. So on Friday, Ridge remains torn between Brooke and Taylor. Eric's words keep running through his head. We just have Ridge waffling, family pulling at him all over. And this is just him not being able to stick with one woman, not being able to keep in his pants and be a good husband or a good boyfriend or a good fiance. So this week, Brooke has an ultimatum for Ridge. Now, if he's not going to tell Taylor, we all know Brooke's going to spill the beans, but will she tell Ridge that that's the ultimatum? The week of September 8th through the 12th, we've got Liam continuing to woo Hope and make his case to her. Liam thinks Carter is a waste of her time and not her destiny. I'm also looking forward to seeing Thomas and Hope interact. I don't think that she will like Thomas targeting her mom, Brooke, because of the whole Ridge thing. And Thomas may not like finding out Hope is engaged to Carter after she rejected his proposal. Luna moves forward with her plan. She seems very determined to baby trap Will, whether she's pregnant or not. Now, Luna took a pregnancy test this week, and judging by the kind of smirky little smile on her face, that crazy woman might actually be pregnant with Will's kid. Now, assuming just because she got shot and all that and was then recuperating, if she is pregnant, the assumption would be it's Will's kid. But, you know, she is friends with Remy. Electra is going to be absolutely horrified that Will slept with her and took her virginity after sleeping with some rando that then turns out to be Luna, where he was clearly having unprotected sex. If I were Electra, I would be absolutely outraged that he took her virginity knowing that all this was lurking, even if he didn't know at the time that it was Luna. I think Electra could possibly dump Will over this. And what's he going to say? My mom told me to keep this secret. That is not a good excuse. Taylor continues to push Ridge, but how long until Brooke is knocking at Taylor's door to drop that truth bomb? Plus, Will gets more worried about the mystery woman he slept with. I do expect he will get more text from Luna soon, and I think it would be insane, but typical of her, if she sent a photo of the pregnancy test. Talk about scaring the pee out of him. Lee might tail Luna because she's so suspicious. Thomas is not going to give up on his mom, Taylor, getting her happily ever after, and I do wonder if Thomas is going to loop Steffi in about what Brooke is up to and the things that Ridge is saying that have him worried. Plus, Bridget Forrester is back on Wednesday, September 10th, and I'm wondering if it is a personal or professional matter.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.